Hi, Isabella. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Doing good today.
Good. And how has your week been?
It's been pretty good.
That's pretty good. Have we been working on some of those goals and objectives that we worked on last time?
Yeah. Yeah. My work's been better. HR has been dealing with some of the people who are upset about having to, do their job. And me and my daughter went out, to get our nails done the other day. So that was fun. I learned that she wants to try out for cheerleading, so yeah, I'm excited. Yeah.
Good. Good. Um, Alrighty. Well, today we're gonna do something just a little bit different. We're gonna do some safety planning. And that's like I said, in the past few videos, and past few meetings that we've been through together, we everything between us is confidential. But if anything comes for harm towards you, harm towards others, or harm towards yourself, I have to report it. So I want to make sure we do some safety planning in case any of those things come up, or in case you're not comfortable talking about those things quite yet. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Alrighty. So, we're gonna do something called the Columbia Suicide Severity Rating Scale. Have you ever heard that before?
No.
Okay, it's just basically a scale to kind of see where you're at on the suicide risk at this point. And then we can always redo it as time goes on too. Okay? So,
Okay.
in the last month or so, I want you to think back. Have you wished you were dead or wished you could go to sleep and not wake up?
Maybe once.
Okay. And have you actually had any thoughts about killing yourself?
No, no thoughts.
Okay. Well, and then in your lifetime, have you done anything, started to do anything, or prepared to do anything to end your life? Which could be, taking pills, too many pills, trying to hurt yourself any other way, collected stuff, tried to give away stuff, things like that.
When I was a teenager, I cut myself, but I haven't done that in years. So,
Okay. But yeah, so it wasn't within the past 3 months.
no, no.
Well, with that, you're at a very low risk. But I want to make sure we do some safety planning in case, because you did say it when you were a teenager, these things came around, and sometimes they can come back, sometimes not. So why don't we do some safety planning for that, okay?
Okay.
Alrighty. So what are some warning signs, if you remember any from when you were younger, or if you have any new warning signs of, you starting to have those suicidal thoughts and reactions? You did say once in the last month that you thought you were dead or wished you were better off dead or things like that. So what were kind of some of the symptoms for that? Emotional, physical, behavioral, things like that.
Um, I kind of shut down. I was just kind of going through the motions more than just routine. I would I'd finish cooking and I would plate it up and I'd sit at the dinner table and I would eat, but I just would kind of be going through it, not really paying attention. Um, I would sometimes have like really violent reactions to things or comments that people have said without, knowing why I was reacting so negatively, you know? So,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's good that you can identify those and understand what's happening within yourself so that we can work on that, okay? What would you say are some of your coping strategies?
Um, I usually try to read because I have to pay attention more when I read. Otherwise, I'll miss stuff. Um, Before I had my kids, I would try to talk with my friends and hang out with them a bit more. Um, but now I'll hug my kids and sit with them and annoy them.
We That's always an annoyance with mom, isn't it?
Hmm. But yeah,
Yeah. Have you been also doing some of that thought reframing that I taught you?
yeah, yeah. I've been trying to do it more, catching myself a little bit. So
Okay.
yeah,
Alrighty. And I know when we originally met, you had that neighbor that you were really close with. Would you say that was kind of be your primary like contact? If anything were to happen to you, or if you were to feel that way, you feel like that would be
yeah,
the person you'd call?
yeah. I've gone over there before with her, and we've hung out and things like that. So,
Okay.
but she's never really seen me in that place. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm sure she would be fine, but
Yeah. If you felt like you had to talk to somebody, would you feel comfortable contacting them?
yeah, yeah, I would.
Okay. And then if you had to contact anybody else, who do you think you would put as like a secondary contact in case they weren't available if your neighbor wasn't around?
Um, I mean, I don't know.
You could always put me too. You have my number, so we could
Yeah,
always do that.
I would do you, you know. I mean, my parents are here, but I'm still, it's it, you know, they never really got it. So, yeah.
Okay. Are you a part of any support groups or know of any support groups in your area for like somebody maybe in your situation?
No, I don't know of any, but I can go searching. I can go on Facebook or whatever, see if there's stuff out there.
Okay. Yeah, we can definitely look into Facebook groups, and I know that there is always, resources online for, therapy like this with me, or anything like that. So you could always do that too.
Okay.
So then for professional help, that would be me. And then that would be me, your therapist or counselor. Do you have a psychiatrist at all? Anybody for medications or anything like that?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Not that I see,
Okay. And then obviously you know of 911, correct? In case anything were to happen, right? But have
Mm-hmm.
you ever heard of the crisis hotline?
I think they had that in my school. It was like I remember seeing a poster, but
Yeah.
I don't have the number memorized or anything.
Yeah, so I would definitely suggest adding it to your phone and just having that available just in case you ever need it. It's 988, and that's the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. And you
Okay.
can always call that number. And I'm gonna give you a copy of the safety plan with all the numbers and stuff like that on there. And we'll have you sign it, and that way you have that as well for your sake. So if you ever need something or need something done, you can find those numbers quickly and easily, okay?
Okay.
All right. Um, Obviously, you were at a low risk, so would there be any chance of like firearms or medications or anything that we would need to be safely stored or removed in the home?
No, I'm the only medication I really have is for my allergies. And
Okay.
I don't own any guns. I don't like guns.
Okay. And then when you do feel overwhelmed, do you have a safe place to go?
Yeah, I have a small office in my house, and my kids stay out, and no one really goes in there. I also like I have a nearby park I like to go to, so yeah.
Okay. And can you get to that park from work as well in case you ever get overwhelmed at work?
Yeah, it's on the way.
Okay.
So
Alrighty. And then if you were feeling suicidal, would you want to put your primary contact immediately in case you need anybody? Who would you want to put there?
my neighbor,
Okay. Um, and then your designated safe space would be maybe your office.
yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, I like I said, you're at a low risk, so we don't have to do as much safety planning, but I just want to make sure that we know that if, anything changes, you feel something, some of those symptoms, those violent reactions, going through the motions, all that stuff. If anything that kind of pops up and you start to feel that way, like you said, once this last month, you thought you were better off dead or not around. If those things come up, I want you to have those safe spots to go and the safe people to call. And then if you do have anything like that is severe, you can always call me and then I can help reach out to the proper contacts. But I would definitely highly suggest adding the 988 number to your phone and you can always have that available, okay?
Okay.
Um, well, everything else seems to be doing pretty well today. Do you feel like you're doing well, like with like your mood, and you feel like you're able to, you know, do like understand where you are and time, place, everything like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Um, have you had any problems with your memory lately?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm good.
And any hallucinations or thought process issues?
No. Nothing like that.
Okay. Alrighty, well, I think that's all I have for you today. So, I'll make type up that safety plan for you. I've got it mostly typed up. I just want to make a few small arrangements so it looks better than just my random scatter notes that I always make. So,
Yeah.
and then I'll send that to you, and then we can get that signed, okay?
Okay.
Alrighty, Isabella. Well, it was very nice to see you again today, and we'll meet up again soon, okay?
Yeah. It was very nice to meet you. My dog says hi as well.
Oh, well, it was very nice to meet your dog as well.
Ah.
Yes, it's always good to have our furry friends.
Mhm.
All right.
Well,
Well,
thanks, Erin.
yeah, for sure. Reach out if you need anything, Isabella.
I will. Bye.
Bye.